Welcome back to another episode of Stay on Target. I'm your host, Darth Dustin. Thanks for being here tonight with us. I can't keep that going for too long. Anyway, we're glad you're here with us. We got a great show planned for all of you. We're going to jump into things. So buckle up, baby. We got the dark side has returned, but which shall triumph? The Empire with its technological terror, or the mythical dark side of the Force, or the Loth-Cat? Is it the true greatest evil in the galaxy? As we ponder on that, let's purr our way into the rundown. We got question of the week, Holonet news, including Sam Witwer reveals new Maul Shadow Lord deets, and you can get your very own Loth-Cat. Adopt a Loth-Cat, and we will finish the night off with game time, special game time with our special guest. Speaking of the dark side, let's meet tonight's dark and cuddly crew. First, we have the dark pincher himself, Pilot Darth Dan.
The dark pincher himself. Oh man, I'm hi there. I'm flummoxed.
You're flummoxed?
Consider me flummoxed.
Do your best Sith voice.
I don't know. It's just kind of like gravelly, right?
Do your best Darth pinchers.
Darth pinchers. Right? That's pretty good.
Dude,
pretty
now
good.
we need
It's kinda
somebody to do
scary.
art of Dan as like a lobster, but like a Darth lobster.
Just like an old man. I'm gonna be sitting in my chair and be like,
Oh yes, young Skywalker.
yes, exactly. Those pinchers, they can shoot electricity.
Yeah.
I'm not messing around.
Just like cuts a lightsaber in half.
yeah.
Oh.
They are lightsaber resistant.
Oh yeah. Your outer shell, what is that called?
Exoskeleton.
Exoskeleton. We know things. It's made out of like lightsaber resistant material.
Oh, they all are.
They all are.
Have you ever tried one on a real crab?
No, I've never tried
Exactly.
lightsabering a real crab.
It is lightsaber proof, man.
Because we can't do it, it is true.
That's right. You can't prove me wrong.
You can't
so
prove
it's true.
wrong. It's true. All right. Next up, we have the one who only deals in absolutes, Darth Fact Checker.
Yeah, I've spoken.
You have
Should I
spoken.
say it more menacingly?
Yes, try to be more menacing.
Oh boy, no, I can't do it.
You're already pretty menacing,
Wow,
especially when you're
what?
Darth Fact Checker.
Well, that's true. It's in the words,
I-
not in the tone, right?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
depending. I think it's more with the follow-up. Sometimes with you, it's the snark. The snark can attack.
What snark?
I mean,
There is no snark.
There's no snark.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I'm going to move on before I get lightninged. And returning to the show, we have the one and only Moff above all Moffs, Matt the Moff RISSMAN. What is up, Matt? How you doing?
I'm good, but just thinking about the lightsabers, they don't do much damage anymore, so it's not a surprise they wouldn't go through a lobster shell, I don't think.
Yeah, that is a great point. Already coming out with facts here.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I need to find a better foe.
But blaster bolts get you.
Blaster bolts get me every time, man.
Lightsabers, nah.
Oh, those are still deadly. Yeah,
Knives, anything but a lightsaber.
right.
Exactly. You doing good, Matt? Ready to talk some Star Wars?
I am doing well. Thanks so much for having me back. My pleasure.
We're just always pleasantly surprised when people willingly come back on the show. So thank you for coming back on the show.
Absolutely.
It's not as painful as it looks, really.
Okay. Whew. Thank goodness. We're on this side. It's hard to tell on that side. No, I'm just. All right. Well, we know you have knowledge, and we're gonna jump right into things. But before we do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies about us so we can continue to grow this wonderful community together. Because with all of us together, we make Star Wars butter. And by butter, we mean better. If it's your first time here, it's just become a thing. Don't worry about it. We are the dark side. We do what we please. All right, but also before, who else is with us in the chat, fact checker? I would be remiss if I did not talk about the Gonkers who are with us tonight.
I know. The Gonkers are super fun.
Sith Gonkers?
No.
Oh, well, I mean, we're leaning into the Sith theme.
Okay.
I thought maybe they could join the Acolyte Gonkers.
Whoa.
Okay, just you tell me who's here.
I'll let them decide if they want to be called.
They can decide.
Either of those.
You decide.
But yeah, we've got Tmerkins hanging out. And
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah. Let's see. We also have John McCarter is here.
What's up, John McCarter?
Saying hey to everyone. KG just jumped in, said Moff RISSMAN graces the screen.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
And then KG just also said, I'm currently eating butter in my dinner.
Oh, dude,
That's right.
Perfect timing.
It's a way to do it.
You look at the ingredients for everything, and it's like butter is on there. So it's like, take that to the bank. They've been using that since before George Lucas invented Star Wars. So
yeah, I was wondering where you were going with that. But I'm glad you pulled it there out at the end.
I know. Awesome. I think it's more. Is it fake butter now? There's the question about it, but it doesn't matter.
Margarine.
It's AI, right?
It's all.
No,
AI.
it's got to be the real thing. It's got to be the real thing.
It's
yeah,
gotta be
the real thing's the best. There's like a great quote from Parks and Rec where Andy realizes that everything's made with butter, and then he's like, butter is my favorite food.
Yes, exactly. It's in everything, man.
We need to get that whenever we have the butter thing. That'd be great. Anyway, spitballing live on the show. All right, but we're going to continue on. If we miss you, just say hi, and we'll say hi to you back.
Yeah.
I promise.
Or if you're lurking.
Or if you're lurking. We love the lurkers. Thank you, all you lurkers out there. Thank you, everybody who watched last week. We had a great time with Jar Jar Jargon, epic dude. Definitely like, comment, subscribe to all his good stuff over there. And thankful that Matt is with us tonight. So with Matt being here tonight, we are going to jump into Question of the Week.
Can you speak Bocce?
Of course I can, sir. It's like a second language to me. I'm as
All right,
fluent in-
shut up. I'll take this.
Shut up, sir.
Luke!
What's one thing you would change for Darth Maul? All right. Yeah, this is a interesting question. I pondered on it for a while because there's so much about Darth Maul that I feel like if you change just one thing, it could really set up so many different trajectories for all of Star Wars. So it's a fun idea. We're going into it. I'll give people a minute or a second to think about it.
What's one thing I would change for Darth Maul? You're
Yeah,
talking about like
it's broad. You can do
Wow.
in his timeline, in his history, for a specific
His
item,
looks.
whatever it is. Yeah, whatever you want to change.
like
His
to,
outfits,
I would change it to help him. Is that what I'm doing?
just anything.
Whatever you
would
want.
choose
No,
to-
I mean you don't have to help him. You can make it worse if you want. It's up to you.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
could be a Sith.
How Sith do you want to go, Dan?
Yeah,
How
I guess.
Darth
I mean,
Pincher?
it is pretty broad. I'm thinking about it. Okay.
You got one?
No.
Okay. How about fact checker? You got one?
Oh,
I like to give our guests a minute to think about it.
Yeah, although
since I
he's-
spring it on him.
he's so good. He probably
He's probably
has,
got like 10
all
answers.
The best
Yeah,
answers.
probably.
Yeah. I didn't love it when he was cut in half and then given half
The
mechanical
legs.
body,
Spider legs?
Yeah, I don't like that. So just don't cut him in half and let him be him.
But that ponders another question then. If he's not cut in half, does Obi-Wan defeat him? Does that mean
Yes,
that
I think
he defeats
Obi-Wan could have.
Obi-Wan?
No, I think Obi-Wan could have defeated him. It just, I don't know. That's
he
how
just
the
kicks him
story
down
went.
kicks him down the well?
Yep. I don't know. I didn't have it all thought out. Just
Old
I just
Yeller
don't
says
like
Darth
the
Maul
spider
fell
legs,
down
I
the
guess.
well. Okay. Yeah, I get you. So you just don't want the spider legs. That's
Yeah.
it. That's what you were focused on.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's an answer. Matt, give us a good answer. No, just
no. So I was kind of in the same boat as fact checker.
Yes.
My first reaction was I kind of didn't like the whole cut in half thing, but then when you play it forward, you're like, well, does that mean that I didn't want him to die? Does it mean I wanted him
Yeah.
to die a different way? Because, and I see KG and some other people in the chat also saying, similarly, the whole notion of bringing him back, maybe I didn't like that they brought him back, but then if they didn't bring him back, then his story was over. And I kind of like a lot of his story. I don't think I really loved his story on Mandalore, to tell you the truth. I mean, of course, I'm also not the hugest Clone Wars fan. I just put the shirt on because I wanted something with Darth Maul, but
It looks cool.
does look good.
so I guess, see, my favorite part of Darth Maul's story is in Rebels, right? And so my problem is if you start to like unpack things that you didn't like about his story before you get to Rebels, then he never gets to Rebels, maybe. That's what makes this question, I think, super difficult to answer. And then another thing I would throw out is I've always found the criminal empire thing a little weird, but I do expect them to focus a lot about that in this Shadow Lord. And I know we're going to talk about it in the Shadow Lord series. And so then I'm kind of like, well, maybe I don't really like that so much because it just seemed like all of a sudden there he was in Solo and he was a crime lord, right? You know what I mean? So I think the best answer I can have to this is his story feels very disconnected to me, right? But when you think back at it, obviously they made the rest of the stories around him so that it would kind of make sense, you know what I mean? But it never really to me felt supremely thought out, and that's kind of why my first reaction to the new show was I think I'm just mauled out, like literally and figuratively.
Wow.
Right? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just one of those things where I thought he had such a beautiful ending with Obi-Wan in Rebels. I'm like, I don't think I personally need to know anything more about Maul, but I guess they think I do. So I guess
Right.
this is my best way of, I guess, not answering the question at all. I suppose now that I got to the end of whatever it is I'm talking about. But you know what I mean? It's that I think that's what it's not so much that the character is complicated necessarily. It's that the way they took the story, I think, just makes it really complicated.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's almost like they have a full story for him, but we've only seen bits and pieces of it, and he's never really actually been the focal point of any of these stories. So we're kind of getting him as more of just a side character, but also a villain, but complex. So I see what you're saying there. I can get behind it because it's kind of almost like a Boba Fett character. You know, he was just so popular that just people wanted more. They couldn't not have more of him. I mean, obviously people were accepting of his death in Phantom Menace, but when they brought him back, people were like, "What?" But just because the hype was over the moon, like Boba Fett wasn't really supposed to be that big of a character, but people loved him so much that he's become more.
And I mean, I
fan-favorite.
guess if you take George's treatments for the sequels, the leaked treatments for the sequels about, Maul was just the thing, right? So maybe it's just because things got interrupted and they then kind of got piecemealed, and now we're still sort of putting this sounds funny, right? But putting the Maul pieces back together,
Yeah, that's good.
that maybe it's just because things took such a weird path with the way the franchise went. Or maybe George's story would have been just weird as hell the rest of it, and it still wouldn't have made much. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love Sam Witwer though, and so for me it's worth it if he gets more work as the character.
Yeah.
There's a large part of me that's like, I kind of don't really even care what the story is, to tell you the truth. I mean, just because he loves it so much.
Okay. Right. Yeah. All right. I have a lot to say on this too, but Dan, let's go to you.
I got a bombshell, but I just wish that he actually did not get unalived by Obi-Wan Kenobi in that moment. I was hoping for some redemption there, as crazy as it sounds, because I don't want all my villains to be redeemed and this, that, and the other, and I don't want them to explain that his mom was mean to him and that's why he turned into Darth Maul, and I don't need any of that. But the way that they played that out in Rebels, as Matt said, was so cool. I mean, clearly he was twisted. He was twisted, and he used Ezra, and he used everybody he could, Ahsoka. He used everybody through Rebels. But for some reason, I wanted him to live on in his old age and be like a peaceful hermit, just to be done, But I don't think that was an option. So if there was one thing I could change, it would be that he would have lived on beyond that moment. Obi-Wan would have convinced him without having to take him out. You know what I mean? And then they could both live in peace. Did he deserve it? I don't know. Did Maul deserve it? I don't really know, but he didn't really do that. I mean, on Mandalore, he did some bad stuff.
Right.
But in Phantom
he wasn't
Menace,
very nice.
Yeah.
He wasn't very nice. I mean, Satine and Obi-Wan, it was a long storied thing, and but forgiveness and Obi-Wan being that potential link there was a powerful moment, and I understand the beauty of it. But I wish somehow, some way, he didn't have to go. Does that make sense?
No,
it's conflicted.
Well, if Maul hadn't attacked, you might have got your wish, right? I don't think it was Obi-Wan's desire, right? And even you go back to the dialogue, right? I mean, it was. I think Obi-Wan felt responsible for so many things by that point, right? And I think probably there was a part of it that extended to Maul as well. So I think if it wasn't at that point Maul's mission, right, to get revenge on Kenobi, that maybe it would have gone differently. But I might also offer that in the end, I kind of think he was redeemed. Right.
Yeah.
I think in that last moment, in that last conversation, and just the way things ended, that it was very cathartic for him. And so, and I do think that we'll see that in this new show, there is going to be a realization that he has that the things that he thought would come to pass as a result of his participation in this grand plan, they just weren't as all as what was sold to him, right? And so we have this opinion so far that Maul was a willing Sith, and he wanted and knew and did and everything, to bring the Empire to fruition in the way that it happened. I don't think that was it at all. So he had so much baggage by that point.
Yeah,
I've always just seen it as, he came at Kenobi, and Kenobi did what was necessary, and in the end, I think it worked out. But I totally get where you're coming from. I mean, I think, I just don't see him as someone who would have been content to live out his older
Yeah.
age doing what? I don't know. What
Exactly.
would he even do? I don't
Unless
know.
he teamed up with Obi-Wan or, was able to work together. But it was such a secretive life. Obi-Wan couldn't have that around because you can't hide Maul with you as
One
a
more
buddy.
person that knew
Yeah.
Kenobi was there. I mean, it's not a big deal, right? Given
Yeah,
what we saw
yeah,
in the
right.
series. So I mean,
Yeah.
what's
Maybe-
the problem?
Maybe at some point.
Oh
No,
my
I guess that was
gosh.
before the Obi-Wan show. Never mind. But I don't know. Yeah, it's complicated. But
Yeah.
he did kill Qui-Gon
Yeah, that's
and Satine.
yes, that was probably those two. I think were some of the worst, to be
Yeah.
honest with you, and that's why it's so hard to see him as being redeemed. But the funny thing, though, too, I'm kind of in the middle. Like with you, Dan, I understood the beauty of that scene with Darth Maul ending with Obi-Wan and how they did kind of redeem him. But personally, I'm actually more with Dan on this one. But I'll say this: I'm more with Dan. I wish that they wouldn't have taken him out. I feel like he just deserved, at least for me personally, a live action death with maybe a slightly elongated duel between
Yeah.
the two of them. I would have really appreciated that a lot more. And also to what you were saying, Matt, with the treatment, the George Lucas rumored treatment of Maul being the villain. I find him a fascinating character because he's supposed to be modeled after like one of the Greek mythological ones that it's just like constantly pushing the stone up the hill.
Oh, the rock. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just never achieves greatness, and
Yeah.
that's why it's so that's why you're kind of rooting for Maul a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Although he's a villain, you're still kind of rooting for him because you're like, just can he get there once? It's like every time he's like about to achieve something great, somebody just dashes his hopes. And to your point, Dan, I think it would have been super fascinating for the fact that for everybody who was in the Sith and all that, I feel like Maul got thrown under the bus more than anybody in the Star Wars universe when it comes to a lot of this stuff. And I think it would have been a very fascinating arc for him to finally realize I've been doing the Sith style this whole time. And it's literally every time I'm about to achieve something, I fail. Maybe I'll try the light side. I think that would have been an interesting arc.
Yeah.
Again, too many people probably wouldn't have loved that just because not every villain needs to become good. But the redemption there with Obi-Wan bringing him to redemption, I think would have been an interesting arc to prove the fact that Vader could be redeemed, and that may have even sparked Luke with that. Not that, but then he could believe that it could happen, but not that he necessarily believed it. But I think that would have been an interesting echo. And then Maul goes on from there to potentially fart. Sorry. Fight.
Wow.
I don't even know how he does that. He's got mechanical legs.
How does he digest anything? We don't
Talk to
know.
his doctor about that.
We're gonna have to oh man, wow! I did not mean to say that. Usually I'm one for body humor, but no. But I think it would have been almost more fitting if he goes on to, I think, possibly fight the Emperor again and get taken out by the Emperor. But he has the most. I think once he realized that Obi-Wan wasn't his true foe,
Right.
that the Emperor was his true foe, I think that would have just been so much more compelling as a story for me personally. So I wish, that's the thing. I'm with you, Dan. I wish they wouldn't have killed him off there. I think it would have been better if he had a live action death or at least done some interesting story with him. I think that would have made it a lot more interesting to see a potential light side Maul, and then maybe a more fitting end, or we got to see the sequel trilogy in some form that George had made. I think that would have probably been fantastic. So that's probably one of my most disappointing things. But the funny thing is, I will say this: nobody's ever really gone.
Hence the Maul Shadow Lord show.
Matt's like, no, please. But yeah, hence the Maul.
Well, and one other thing none of us mentioned, maybe somebody said it in the chat, right? I mean, having him interact with Vader in some way, I think would have been even if you weren't going to go the Obi-Wan route, at least the Inquisitors, Vader, some combination, something. And again, this new show is set, I guess, a year after the end of the Clone Wars or thereabouts. So, I mean, I guess we can't rule out a Maul-Vader interaction yet.
Right.
But you know what I mean? That there was other runway there. I think that the whole everyone showing up on Tatooine. Even though I love Rebels so much and I love the way they ended up doing that. Ezra being there, Maul being there, Kenobi
Yeah.
being there, and Kenobi saying what all the rest of us were saying was none of y'all should be here. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you're, that there was just some parts of that I didn't like so much. So I think putting the Ezra of it aside, I think they had to sort of kill Maul off
Yeah.
just to close that down. Now again, Ezra knowing about it, and then I don't know.
It felt like
so
it felt
for
like
me,
Dave tying
Vader.
up loose ends. It almost felt like Dave was tying up
Yeah.
loose ends, so he didn't have to keep going with it in some ways.
But that's why it's fascinating when I guess we'll talk about it in the news.
Yeah, we can jump to it. Although I do want to hit some of the comments. I think.
But there, I was
check
going
what
to
they
say
say
he
in the
did.
chat.
They were so close on that planet at the end of season 3 of Rebels. They were so close to meeting Vader. They were there almost at the same exact time, right? It was like he was out the one door, and then Vader came in the other door.
Oh yeah. The
Right.
whole Ahsoka.
Yeah.
of
And they
it
did
all,
fight
right?
the
Yeah.
Inquisitors, kind of. He kind of fought some Inquisitors.
Yeah, he owned some Inquisitors basically.
But that's right when, of course, the deed with it was him that blinded. 'Twas he that blinded Kanan.
That's right. Now,
Yeah.
now you're reminding me. It was he and Ahsoka that were climbing up the thing
Yeah.
and both participating in getting Ahsoka to face Vader. It just didn't end up being Maul. It ended up being Ahsoka.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that was a powerful, powerful moment. But yeah, he had to go. But it would have been cool to see him fight. That's what I think we were hoping for in that moment. Was
Yeah.
like, wait, Maul's gonna come across Vader, and then Ahsoka walked out. And we're like, oh, this is even better. I didn't expect this.
Yeah.
And just blew my brain. But anyway.
Still masterfully done for sure. The way that they did, I still think works really well.
Yeah.
But that was the one thing. Although, let's get some chat questions or answers. I'm sorry, answers in here. Fact checker, did you have some pulled up for that? Or
Yeah.
you mentioned one. Sorry.
Yeah, we can.
American said, wow,
yeah.
I need to rewatch that again.
Yes, Rebels. We should do a Rebels rewatch at some point because that is a
would be fun.
fantastic series.
Oh, so good.
One of the best series ever made. Any other
Except for Lord of the Rings.
any other ones, fact checker, that you noticed? Sorry, we were talking so much I haven't had a chance to read the chat. But
I know some good stuff.
I have no idea what the reference is here.
Sky Shark.
I
That'd
think
be
he's talking
terrifying.
about somebody in the chat.
Skylark.
Okay.
That's
is
his
that what it
nickname
is?
for her. yeah.
Sky
yeah.
Shark.
I'm
It
trying
we
reminds
go.
me of like the tornadoes, this Sharknado.
Yeah.
Shark.
Sky Sharks.
Yeah.
Sharknado.
Okay, let me. Sorry, I'm trying to find the question.
No,
and
we were
then-
talking about it for a while, and I know they answered a little while back. So.
Okay, so yeah, KG said not being cut in half, that made it seem like he was dead. Then they brought him back.
yeah,
And others, and now they won't bring my boy Ben Solo back. Yeah, I'm still on that, she said. I think you guys touched on that a bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then let's see, Tmerkins, that's a hard question, but then she had a good take. She had some questions. The show would bring together the bits and pieces, though, right? It's going to show us,
Following in Matt's footsteps. There.
yeah, why he changed from Clone Wars to Rebels, from what I heard, right? So.
Yeah, and that's actually a really good segue. If I miss anything else, fact checker, let me know. But I think it is
we do have more, but yeah, go
a
ahead.
good time to
Mhm.
jump into the news, Holonet news, with
About
the
show.
first
Nice.
what?
Nope, go ahead.
Yeah, so we're gonna jump right into Holonet news.
Everything's under control. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
Speaking of Darth Maul, Sammy Witt and Matt Wood, I like to call him Sammy Witt. Makes me feel like I'm friends with him, which I'm not, but I kind of wish I was. Sam Witwer.
You guys could be related as much as you get along.
Yeah.
Without having
I would have so much fun talking to that dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure any of us would, really. He seems like a great guy. But he was at Rebels Scum Con that took place, I think it was over the weekend, and he was talking Maul Shadow Lord. They had a panel. Sam and Matt Wood were there, and they
Is that
dropped
this article?
Yes, that
Okay.
is this article. You got to scroll down a ways
Yep.
there to get to the newer stuff because they recap a lot in the beginning.
Maul Shadow Lord. Okay.
But yeah, they talk a lot of different things here, and it's fascinating to find out. I think to what our point that we were just talking about was the main difference in a lot of ways is the fact that this is actually going to be Maul's story, and that's what we were just talking about a minute ago. Was it felt like Maul was always just a character in these stories, and he talks about it very well. Sam Witwer, Sammy Witt, if you
if you will,
if you will. He's saying that that's kind of what happened whenever he was working on Clone Wars and Rebels. He had a lot of ideas, and Dave kind of had to recalibrate his mind to be like, this, unfortunately, this isn't Maul's show, so we can't really follow those breadcrumbs right now. And then so he was fine with it, obviously.
Yeah, I remember the breadcrumbs comment.
Yeah, he kind of reiterated that
Yeah.
here, but now then Dave brought it back, and now they're actually making a Maul show. And so one of the other things he said was, which Matt was saying here too, Maul is reassessing everything about his life in the beginning of the show, or during the show, and in the beginning of the show, because it does take place, I think it's within a year after the Clone Wars, right after the Clone Wars.
I read that somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it said like the beginning, it's like the very beginning of the Empire, so things are still kind of messy, but right after the Clone Wars, and he's reassessing everything about his life. What do you guys take on that? What do you guys think he's going to be reassessing with everything going on and everything changing?
I don't know. Is it on the line of redemption? Is that what we're talking about, or are we just talking about realizing where his loyalties lie?
Right. I think you're on the money there with that second statement for sure.
Cha-ching.
Because where he leaves off, to cover it, not to spoil anything, but where he leads off in Clone Wars. If you haven't watched Clone Wars, the end of Clone Wars, I'm gonna spoil it here in some way.
Season 7 was ridiculous.
Season 7.
No.
I love seasons. Yeah. Yeah. You're not a huge fan of Clone Wars. I always forget that you're not a huge fan of Clone Wars. Did you like?
I like season 7.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Despite the shirt.
I like the shirt. I like, hey, two things can be true.
Yes.
Both of them can be true.
I love that line.
It makes for
That's
good
so
clothing.
true. Yes. No, I think it's gonna be. Well, what happens at the very end is he is captured technically by Ahsoka. Again, he achieves greatness and then falls short again. And but then Order 66 happens while he's being transferred, and things ensue, and then he gets away again. So he was captured, he just got in, but then Order 66 just happened, and I think this show is going to take place pretty close after that, and it's going to be fascinating to see because he also was betrayed again in some ways by the Emperor, because he fought the Emperor on Mandalore, got captured, escaped. There's a whole comic series about that. And then he ends up back on Mandalore, and then that's what we see in season 7. And then he gets captured, and then blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so I think it is going to be a big reassessing of the situation. And even what he talks about here, and why I kind of talked about at the beginning, I'm sorry, I'm prefacing a lot, I'm talking a lot, but it's he was talking about how he's seeing his master's plan. Yeah, there's probably some.
I don't know if these are the right quotes or not.
But he's seeing his master's plan, Sidious's plan, coming to fruition. It's just a lot different. Yeah, so, yeah, we'll read this. It takes place shortly after the end of the Clone Wars, Witwer explains. So this is the very beginning of the Empire. And Maul, he was helping to make the Empire for a while until he quit. He was being very political about this. It's funny. If you get a chance to watch it, it's quite funny. It's about 19 minutes into the video. He quit working for Palpatine. This guy is looking around going, is this what we had in mind? Because I didn't think it was going to be this. And then he continues, Maul comes from a land of magic and color and knights and dragons. Now all of that is dead, Sammy Witt says. And the magic and the colors are being sucked out of the galaxy by this mechanical, maniacal empire. Maul is going like, what happened to all the Jedi Knights?
Yeah.
So I think that's
I don't
go
get
ahead.
that. Right? Did he not? He seemed to know what Order 66 was before it happened, or he figured it out somehow. Or I don't understand his comment about what happened to the Jedi Knights. I mean, he himself was trying to kill Jedi Knights, right? I don't. Surely he didn't think that wasn't part of the grand. You see, isn't that weird to y'all? Did he not think that was part of the grand plan, wiping the Jedi out?
Yeah, I think that's a good point, and I hope they explain that, well enough for us to understand, because he would have obviously been clued into the plan, because he said in the very beginning, at last we will reveal ourselves, at last we will have revenge, unless Palpatine fed him just a very simple-minded approach, which was, you're here to kill the Jedi, and then once we kill the Jedi, we'll rule the galaxy.
I don't think he was even that far, because he died too quickly before. I think literally he was like,
Well,
go.
he didn't die, but
He's like, go take out the kid, right? The chosen one kid or whatever.
right.
Basically, that was his only assignment. He's like, yeah, whatever you say, boss. Who knows? It could have been like a Bucky Barnes Winter Soldier situation where he's like, fee, fi, fo, fum, and then boom, he goes and does the thing, Remember, and then he gave him one assignment, and before he finished the assignment, he was done.
Yeah.
He's like, I was going to fill you on the rest of it if you
You missed the rest of the plan,
Like, I
man.
didn't say that was like to the death. Like, if you fail, we'll figure something else out, Molly.
Yeah.
Well, and it is because his history is so pieced together, it is a little difficult to understand when he figured out what Order 66 was. It's completely possible that it's after he was cut in half and came back and started piecing things together. But he worked with Palpatine slash Sidious long enough to know the guy didn't like to share, right? Did he think the guy was all full of colors and rainbows and light? I mean, there's a part of this comments that I'm like,
yeah, he says colors and
was
rainbows.
Maul just that naive or stupid that he would think that even the plan he was participating in was to paint the galaxy in colors? So yes, I hope they explain that a little bit, because I read this quote several times and I'm like, if you really think about it, the quote just doesn't make that much sense.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think more of what Sam is referring to in some ways is what Vader talks about when he says, don't be too proud of your technological terror. It's still no match for the dark side of the Force. I think Maul is of the same mindset that the dark side of the Force is all you need. And I just don't think that he picked up on the vision of, the industrial side of it. I think that's more of what he's leaning into, and how the dark side also has this very mechanical side to things, not just ruling by fear and showing up everywhere with lightning and lightsabers and cutting everybody in half. That it's more, evil organization, corporation,
Right. Well,
instead of like just him and Papa Palps going around wrecking shop everywhere and everybody just fearing him and bowing down,
Well, I don't know.
I think anyway.
Well, and how much other than, what we saw on screen with the Death Watch, was he actually in with any military? You know what I mean? Maybe that's what it is. It's just the Imperial weight of soldiers everywhere, and every planet is like an Andor is just hounded by soldiers. You can't go through any checkpoint. You can't go check your mail. You can't like go to the gas station without being like checked for your papers. And so even Maul, who's not on the books anymore, he's probably constantly like getting like, who are you? What are you doing here? And he's having to fight his way through everything. And he's like, this isn't the glory we were promised. But at the same time, he probably like, he probably had this, what is it? One to crave the power and one to hold it.
It's the rule of two. Yes.
So he knew that Palpatine was gonna help him get to this point where they wiped out all the Jedi. But he probably enjoyed the process of wiping out the Jedi. Clearly he did.
Right.
Because he loved the, when he tortured Obi-Wan with Satine, and, it was just the other crazy things that he did with Qui-Gon in front of Obi-Wan. I think he enjoyed that because he's clearly a talented fighter. He's probably the best one. That's why that's why Sidious hired him or brought him on as his apprentice. But then he thought eventually he was going to rule the galaxy himself. Because he was like, eventually old man Sidious will be old and then I'll take over.
Yeah.
And now he's like, just this.
I
don't know. Again, just to me, everyone's dressed in black. You know what I mean? There were a lot of clues, right?
Right. That's true. That's true.
There was a lot of clues.
He might not be very smart.
You know what I mean? So but we, on your points though, we do tend to see things with our own, Sith colored glasses on, I guess, in this case, right? And so
Yes.
maybe when you're in the middle of all of it, you think, well, because I'm going to be one of the ones that comes out on top, everything is still going to be okay. And now that he's able to reflect on it as being someone who is as subjugated, or maybe even more subjugated in a lot of ways than everybody else is, now he's like, well, I guess this really doesn't work out great for most everyone except for a few. And again, I think if that's part of the point of the show and it's well written, I'll be happily eat all these words right now, all these words that I've been spilling out about this, right? But that's, again, even though I love this era tremendously, the rise of the Empire, that's why I love the Bad Batch so much, right? This early Imperial era, and Rebels also, right? I really like it, and to see it from a different perspective, whether that includes underworld elements or not, I'm sure it will. I think all of that'll be very interesting. Again, some of these quotes taken in the context they're given, they give me a little pause. And then the other thing that gave me pause today was, I think in the same interview, he said something like, I had all these ideas for the show, and I was out, I've been out so much spitballing about it and blah blah. And then they started with the show, and he's like, I was afraid none of my ideas were going to be in there, and I got really concerned, and then they told me to hold on, and now all my ideas are in the show, so if it sucks, it's partially my fault. And I'm thinking to myself, did they not have a writer? These things make me nervous. I mean, all deference to Sam Witwer and his command of Star Wars and his love of the character, but to go from none of my ideas are in it to every one of my ideas are in it, and now I'm scared that if it's not good, I bear some responsibility. I'm like, no writer again? Is this, we've been here and done this and have the series to show for it, and they're not happy memories, right? So that just it just makes me a little nervous.
No, that's a great point. I forget that you like Bad Batch.
one of the few that likes.
It's not a
likes
sin.
Bad Batch.
I'm not saying it's bad. I just
Matt and fact checker. No,
I did like elements of it, but personally, I didn't end up loving the whole show, mainly just because of Omega. But I liked a lot of other elements, and the time frame. You're right. The time frame is definitely fun.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about it though is that, which actually made me nervous, was I think it's the head writer is from
Bad Batch.
It's from the Bad Batch. Who wrote the
He
Bad
wrote
Batch.
some Rebels too, but yes, that he's a Matt, right? Isn't he a Matt?
Matt
remembering? I think he's a Matt.
Mitchnovitz. Yeah.
He's one of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Well,
one of you.
he
So
can't be all bad then.
no,
At least
he'll
I
be
hope
good.
not.
He'll be good. No, but I just that's a great point though. Why are they why are they taking his ideas and running with all of them? I mean, again, I think some of them were ideas that he pitched during like Clone Wars and Rebels, that he maybe spitballed with Dave, and then now Dave finally was like, this is your show, so now we can actually implement a lot of those ideas. Now, depending on the showrunner, the writers, and everything, that how well did that actually mix in? I don't know, but that is a little unnerving in some ways. But I think maybe he's taking on a little bit. I keep playing against what you're saying. I'm not trying to, but
He's standing up for Sammy Witt. That's what Dustin's doing. The best bud.
Being Sammy Witt, man.
His brother.
No, I think maybe he's feeling more just personally responsible because he now is actually the main character of a show when it comes to like something animated now. Obviously, he was Starkiller, but he didn't write any of it or put in a lot of ideas. It was all there. He was just the actor.
Well, and let's not forget, there is a large portion of the show that apparently also deals with his mentoring a Force user. Right.
Oh,
Let's not go into the Twi'lek, the red Twi'lek.
Yes.
She's a Force user,
Mm-hmm.
probably not Darth Talon, right? Probably, but definitely a Force user. And so, because I think he was also quoted, maybe it was in the same appearance, on how important that becomes to Maul, right? How his interaction with her as a teacher-student relationship becomes very important, because I think he feels like, probably rightfully so, that he has a lot of things to teach, And I'm not even talking about light side, dark side. I'm just talking about life experiences and what he's seen and what he knows and what he's been through and sort of how he's embraced his own Force journey. And so
I thought of a good book title potentially. Maul, how to put the pieces of your life back together.
how to put yourself back together. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just
No. So generally, I'm not a fan of, because we've gotten a lot of these stories, right? We've got a lot of these. Somehow another one survived. I don't know, Order 66, or just a Boken whatever, or a Force user that was on the street, and somehow she's incarcerated. So you're led to believe, obviously, they figured it out. I'm assuming the Empire has incarcerated her, and somehow they end up in a relationship. We just had this with the Saj Ventress taking on a Padawan, right? So I mean, it's I become tired of the trope unless they figure out a way to do it differently. And maybe this will be that. Maybe because he's Maul and because of his experiences, that will work real well. I hope so, because I think it's a significant part of what shapes his journey in this story.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And I feel like it's the most interesting part about that and what you're talking about with the master apprentice, which he does say, one of the things he says was he has wisdom to pass on, but who's a master without an apprentice? Because he was trying not to give that away, but we all know he's got it because it leaked out there. But to your point, I think the interesting part about that is that obviously he was trained by a Sith, so he knows the rule of two, but now he's technically functioning outside of the rule of two as a dark side user. Now, is he going to try to establish his own rule of two in this and claim that he is, the Darth or his own version of the Darth?
Well, he tried with Ezra.
Right.
Maybe.
Well, that's later. That hasn't happened yet.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
so,
that's right.
Yeah.
Is she his acolyte? Ooh.
Yeah.
We can't say that word.
hope
We
not.
can't say that word.
Oh, no.
We banned the letter A from the
power of
Star Wars
Molly.
alphabet.
I hope not. I hope we don't go
The power of Molly? Is that what you just
there.
said?
I hope not. Yeah, I hope
The
not.
power of Molly.
Power of one, the power of two, the power of Molly.
That is so good. Dang. You
Bad.
got me with that one.
bad.
That's got to be a song right there.
That's got to be a song. The Power of Molly. We're
Part
going to
of
make
the
it.
Jolly Molly song.
The Jolly Molly song.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We got that on the list, right?
We do.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
good.
Light Side Maul was fun. It's like Paul, but Maul.
Yes.
So cute.
Well, and that's the only thing about it, right? What would he teach her? Is he going to I think when it's all said and done, the Sith didn't work out so well for him, right? So
Yeah.
will he teach her as a Sith? Will he just teach her about the Force? It becomes interesting to me in the same way that the Asajj part of it was actually a little bit interesting, because she had some of the same experiences with the Sith, right? It really didn't work out, right? She kind of, maybe she was just wiser than Maul in some ways, right? But then we see her, in the Tales of whatever it was, Tales of the last one, I guess it was Underworld.
Yeah.
Where she took on an apprentice of some kind, right?
Yep.
Or begrudgingly. He more took her on, I think I would probably argue, than she took him on. And so yeah, the time yeah, exactly. The time period's attractive. I don't know. I hope the story, as always, is a good story. And I kind of hope it's more than just 9 episodes, right? Part of what I liked about The Bad Batch was it was 16 episodes, right? It was
That's true. It was a bold endeavor.
Of course, if you didn't like the series, it was excruciatingly painful, right? But there were
Only
there
moments.
were there
watched all
were
of
a
them.
lot of episodes to suffer through anyway.
It did give us a lot of content.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
be fine. But see, Maul is, he's a known quantity. Did you guys, I don't think you read this part, Dustin, but I'm going to read
Go ahead. No, there was more. Go
because
ahead.
it sums up mostly what you guys are saying, I think. Rather than focusing solely on Maul's lust for power, Maul Shadow Lord appears to frame him as a tragic observer in a new galactic order that's stripped of spirit and wonder. Whitmer's comments suggest that fans will see a conflicted, introspective Maul, one who may not align himself with the Empire, but also cannot stand among the heroes who fought to stop it. So
He's
kinda-
like the anti-hero.
yeah, he becomes the anti-hero, and
He's almost like a dark side gray Jedi, I feel like is the approach they're going to take. And one of the
but the
quotes
introspective,
Yeah.
I don't mind Maul getting into the introspective side of I'm sorry, Witwer getting into the introspective side of Maul.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if anybody knows the character from an acting perspective, it would be Sammy Witt. And so does.
I just don't want him talking about his feelings. Can we not? Can we
Yeah,
not?
I mean, there is that.
like
no,
him
no,
having a heart to heart with this new Padawan about how he's feeling.
no,
about-
no.
can
I don't
we-
want
can we
that. No,
just
I
not?
want him to maybe conflicted about like the things that he hates and wants to destroy, and but now is not the time to destroy them. And I don't know, because it was fascinating. It was twisted to see him when he showed up as the old crotchety man on that planet with Ezra.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like this kind of quiet, and then all of a sudden when he became, Maul, but this is obviously way before that, but was he crotchety Maul? Like, was that how he was acting?
Well, and that's kind of what they're saying, that this kind of bridges the gap between Clone Wars and Rebels, where he starts to pick up some of those traits, is what Sam Witwer was talking about.
Like he's almost
for
like an
the
alter
series
ego, like another alter ego
of Maul, yeah.
where he like becomes this calm, quiet, introspective. And,
It wouldn't surprise me if he develops a relationship with this Padawan and
Yeah.
something happens and she ends up dying, and that's just one more thing
Yeah.
that drives him to old crotchety
Yeah.
everybody around, you know what I mean, can't
Yeah.
win for losing Maul. I mean, that would certainly be a way they could play this that helps advance his story in the way that we know it goes. I don't know.
Would you
I
like
really,
that? Would you like that if they did that?
I would, right? Because
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of him taking a Padawan at all, right? Again, I understand that there's a story reason for it, and so I'm personally hoping that part of that reason is it drives him further towards madness, right? Because he is
Mhm.
quite crazy, right? By the time
Yeah.
he's sanely crazy. You know what I mean by that, right? But you can just
unhinged.
tell. You can tell he's very unhinged. But Ezra wants to see what he wants to see, right? Because that was always Ezra's personality, and
Right.
so wanting to see the good in him, and assuming that he was really trying to help him and all those things, right? We don't need to litigate, Ezra's the way Ezra acted, but I would like to see, something in the series that I guess I have a lot of things I want to see. I want to see how he becomes the crime boss.
Mhm.
I want to see what happens with the Padawan. I want to see what he was thinking, that it was all going to be unicorns and rainbows, once the Empire took over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I want to see him obviously interacting with the Empire in some meaningful way. And I don't just mean clowning on stormtroopers, right? I hope there is some meaningful interaction here that drives him further underground, or does whatever is necessary to sort of advance him, further down the road. Because he has, it's at least 3 or 4 years between whenever this is and whatever's happening in Rebels, right? So I mean, and I don't know how much time they plan to talk. I don't know how. We don't have any. We just know when this series starts, right? We don't know for how long
Right.
it lasts. We don't know if there's one season, multiple seasons, how many episodes. We don't even know when it comes out, right? Other than it's sometime next
2026.
year.
Yeah.
And there's speculation it'll be in May, because they're not going to give us tales of something, which they may or may not. Then this would be a good time to bring this out. But then again, with Mando and Grogu coming out in May, do they want to release a series then too?
Right.
I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I guess for someone who claims to not want the series at all, I seem to want a lot of things to happen.
Yeah.
It's funny how that happens.
That's so funny.
Yeah, you had a few points. You had a few points I wanted to cover though, real fast. Technically, we have seen Maul apprentice someone. Is a little different, but Savage Opress was technically he did make him his apprentice,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
true.
just another example of a failure technically for what happened with Savage.
Savage was
So-
pretty crazy.
Yeah, and he was kind of just using Savage in a way to
was kind of his
get back to
brother.
being the Emperor's apprentice. And then even in those comics, Tyrannus, Dooku does talk, because captured, and Dooku is the one who's supposed to interrogate. So there's an interesting dialogue between Dooku, who is now his next apprentice. So there's some interesting stuff that goes on there. But I think, to your point, it's going to be interesting because, and what you said even about Asajj. So Asajj is a little different for the fact that she was dark side, but she was originally trained by a Jedi. She was originally trained by a Jedi, converted to the dark side by Dooku to become his apprentice, and then found her way back to the light, and now was kind of adopted by a Jedi to be his teacher. But now that we've had Maul was only brought up in the Sith, technically given to Sidious from Mother Talzin to be trained in the Sith art. So he's only known the Sith path. So that's why I feel like he's just going to have some, because that's all he knows, I guess, for training. So I think he's going to lean on that Sith training for this next apprentice. But I think he is going to, since he's going to be so introspective, it's going to be about his end goals and what's one way that he possibly can take over the galaxy, because I think he really is striving for that. Other than trying to take out Obi-Wan, I think his main focus is always, how can I become the ruler of the galaxy? How can I overthrow my master to become the one who holds the power? And I think this show is really going to dive deep into the Maul Shadow Lord. I think that's a hint in the title, the fact that his angle and the way he plans on doing it is to take over the underworld. And if he can take over the entire underworld to the point where that he has so many assets at his fingertips that he could rival the Emperor and possibly take over through that avenue. So I think that's what the show is going to be about in a lot of ways. And I'm excited to see that, because it will bridge the gap between Solo, Rebels, Clone Wars, and we might learn some interesting things about Maul and how he thinks. And we might actually see some wins for Maul. And I like the fact that he said in here, it's bad guys versus worse guys. So it does kind of paint the anti-hero picture to the fact that I think we're going to be begrudgingly rooting for Maul. And
well, I think that's what Sammy Witt wants, you know, as KG said here. Maybe he just doesn't like the rigidness of the Empire, so he becomes a crime lord instead.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I think that's, but I mean, what is Witwer going to do other than like make you feel for Maul even more, because he loves the character, you know, he connects with him as a writer, you know, he's not coming at this unbiased, if that makes sense. So when you hire somebody that like obsesses over a character, of course they're going to make him, you know, I think he respects the character enough to make us not, get into therapy mode and, you know, all this, like, I don't think they're going to soften it by giving him a weak apprentice that he has to be all daddy-ish to or something, unless that's, I don't think so though. I think he's,
you think it'd be a love interest potentially?
Oh, that's almost worse.
Yeah.
I think I would rather have him be daddy issues. Than a love interest.
I'm just saying it's possible though.
Or like he finds, like maybe not like love interest, but maybe through the apprenticeship, he feels some other connection that he's never felt before, as in like daughter. I'm thinking like daughter, you know, like if more familial, like he has never known family other than Mother Talzin, but it's kind of twisted. It's a dark family.
Right.
And so maybe that's what he's starting to feel, is the feeling of love toward a daughter or a family member. And
maybe brother sister. Let's go with brother sister.
Brother sister works. Yeah.
Let's go with brother sister.
Yeah.
But
that
on your
could
point,
work
I mean,
here for the fact that there's not like a whole show dedicated to them possibly being love interests.
Maul, the good grief, that needs to be like a
I'm
short.
saying Ezra.
Who would
the way they treated Ezra, my boy Ezra. It works for Maul that they would be brother and sister. Not so much Ezra and Sabi.
I didn't say nothing about no romance video. You throw me under the
no.
bus.
I'm not throwing you under the bus. Oh, who's saying that?
Yeah, Hunter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's what I'm saying. But I'm like, I'm like, who in the heck? That's a crazy question. Would go with Maul, like if he fell in love or something.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that.
No. But I'm just saying, as a hypothetical, that's a psycho question to ask.
But you're right. I like your point though with Matt. I like Matt's points as well.
Good.
No, I like your point about Sam though, and how every time he approaches any character he portrays, it's funny, the word introspective, I think, is very apropos to him and how he acts and how he portrays characters. I think a lot of the time he's focused on their motivations and what they want and the end goal. And that's what I like about Sam Witwer's portrayals of characters. And I think that's what helps him and helps us as the viewer to kind of hone in on what that character's about and what the end goal is. So that's why I'm excited about that too.
Yeah, and on this point, right? Is it going to still focus on him wanting to get revenge against the Empire and Palpatine, or is this going to be more about, okay, I'm done with those. I'm going to make the best life I can for me and my people, including my new apprentice and everyone, and we're going to make the best of this situation? Or do we this is another interesting, again, for the show, I don't want another interesting thing that I'm curious about. Is he going to be making mischief for the Empire, or is he just going to be like, I don't want anything to do with that, I want to stay away from it so that I can capitalize on my own enterprises and what I'm doing now in the underworld, and the only reason I care is just so that they don't get in my way? Or are we going to see him actively trying to do things that are annoying on purpose, right, to try and get back at, because that's a whole different, to me, that's a whole different storyline, right? And I just hope they don't have so many different storylines going on in this show that they just don't do any of them the greatest service.
Yeah. Especially if you only have like 9 episodes, like you were saying, because otherwise it's like, let's focus in here, people. We don't want filler episodes with just random stuff. We want a overarching point to this if you're going to do it, So, but like you said, we don't know how many episodes, we don't know how many seasons potentially. I think they're waiting for interest in some ways. I would personally, I think they're going to do at least 2 seasons, but that's just maybe wishful thinking on my behalf. But I think there's enough there, and from previous stories with the Maul from the Solo movie, I think there's even stuff they use.
Could expand on that, and they love that animation. They've got all the assets for the animation with the clone troopers and they could pull in Ahsoka with Ashley Eckstein. They could pull in all the people that they're bringing into the Ahsoka show, and not that they would tie it together, but they could, they've got all the toys in the sandbox. I don't think they'll ever leave this time period with animation. I don't think they ever will. Some people are tired of it, but it's just, you could tell a billion stories,
I'm excited to get
maybe one day we'll finally see the clone uprising. Right? Wouldn't that be great?
Yes.
We wanted it.
Right. What we thought the Bad Batch was. Maybe one day they'll actually give us the clone uprising.
Don't remind me of that, Matt.
We were so excited. They were talking about in that with Tech, though, passing in this
in the chat.
2.
Yeah, those gonkers were.
It made me sad, but
well,
Iñaki joined us too.
What's up, Iñaki? Thanks for joining. We could talk Maul all day, but we have more to get to. So if you guys haven't got a chance, I would recommend either listening or reading through the article, or at least listening to that panel. It's on YouTube. You can find it online. It's an interesting panel, and Matt Wood had some great stuff to say in there as well. I know we focus more on Sam, but Sam was really the one mostly covering it. It's also interesting to hear about Matt's history working on so many different Star Wars projects and other projects. It's fascinating stuff. So definitely check it out if you get a chance. But I did have one other follow-up question here, which I'm going to ask right now, and it's going to lead us to the next story. Would Maul be better if he had a pet Loth-Cat?
Ooh.
We'll do that as a poll.
I'm glad I at least got a laugh out of Matt. That's what I was hoping
Caught
for.
him off guard.
Can you imagine Maul, just has a pet Loth-Cat and he's like, good, like super villain style.
Wow. Yeah, maybe as the Shadow Lord or as the Crime Lord. I mean, every Crime Lord has some kind of a gimme pet.
It's like black. It's like a black Loth-Cat.
That would be pretty cool, actually.
What do you think, Matt?
I could see him having one of those ugly Gorman dog-looking things that we saw in Andor before I could see him having a Loth-Cat.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But
or maybe a spider, maybe a Gore spider. I don't know.
That would be. Oh, actually,
that would be apropos.
That would be
That would be
right.
Because
No.
of his legs. They're like his friends.
Yeah, putting the pieces back together.
Well, he had spider legs at one point, and then he became stick legs.
Cyber legs.
Cyber.
Yeah, through like stick legs.
He lost 6 of them in the battle or whatever.
Well, he got like 3 pairs of legs, didn't he? Because he got technically the spider legs.
He has
and
his
then-
going out legs.
Then he had the
has-
backward bending
he's
legs.
just changing his legs multiple
just-
times during the series.
When I hang out with my spider friends, I put on my spider legs. They call me. Some people call me Spider Man.
Spider Maul.
Spider Maul.
And then when I want to go to a nice fancy restaurant, I put on my normal legs.
Now I'm gonna get that meme where like the spiders men are looking at each other.
Yeah.
It's like Maul
Yeah,
sitting
they're all
right there in the
forming.
animated form. He's like,
Yeah. Wait, your Maul? Your Maul? Your Maul? That'd be great. Actually, I
oh
love that.
man.
But speaking
Does he
of
take the legs off when he sleeps? Do we know? Is he wearing them all the time? I mean, how does this work?
He would have to, you know. Oh man, yeah, he's probably got a Professor Xavier like wheelchair too, where he can just kind of float around.
well, I mean, if he's using the dark side of the Force, maybe he could just hover
He
because he's
could.
got
That's
less
true.
weight. You know,
He
he's just
could.
like, whoa, 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 whoa.
I mean, but his arms are ripped. You know that he's
Oh,
always
he's
been ripped.
jacked. I think the biggest question is, does he fart?
That's of all the things we talked
gosh.
about tonight.
Oh man.
I actually said that earlier.
How does
okay?
he digest his food? We want to know. Where does
Right.
it go? Where does
These
it-
are the
does it go in
questions.
the legs?
Also
Does it
had
go
a
in the
mini-
legs? I don't know.
I liked
Sting.
earlier Ebermal Scrooge is what
Yeah,
Skylark
Skylark.
put earlier.
know.
Ebermal Scrooge.
Ebermal Scrooge. Yeah. When
Uh,
I hear Spider Man, I picture a bunch of spiders shopping.
That's a good one.
The close up of the Gorman spiders has Maul's face on them.
It
Oh.
says Oscar. He just
Oscar.
jumped
What's
in.
up,
What's up,
Oh,
Oscar?
that's
Yeah.
right. On one of the murals. On one of the
It
murals.
does?
Oh,
man.
In Gorman, yeah.
These guys, they're so sneaky.
He's so sneaky.
And then Maul got legs like a depressed dad of 2 has ties.
Wow.
Wow.
Is that from a show or something, Hunter?
Oh my goodness.
Yikes.
Okay. Well,
Oh, man.
we got to move on. But speaking of Maul owning a Loth-Cat, you too can adopt a Loth-Cat coming soon. Is it out already? I should have prepared
No.
more.
I
I
think
think
it's
it's
coming for
coming soon.
pre-order. It's
Yeah.
in
Pre-order.
the holiday drop. It's in
Didn't
Yeah.
you order it,
It's coming.
Dustin?
I have not ordered
We
it.
Apparently
told you to
not.
order it.
No, I have not.
They didn't say how much they are yet either.
Ooh.
before
Yeah, that's
ordering
why I have-
anything. I bet
Ooh.
they're not cheap.
I
Yeah,
bet they're-
so there we go. There's that thing is kind of scary looking to me, to be
That
honest.
That
Picture
is
is kinda
nightmare
sca-
fuel right
Yeah.
there.
It's kinda
Like I know
scary.
people say they're cute.
That
I
is not
did-
cute.
I don't see the cuteness, to be honest.
Well,
on
you
these.
had a little one around here, Dustin. That one was kind of cute.
Oh yeah, that one's not bad. Where is that one?
But it's in the legs. Well, no, the face too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's a face only Maul could love.
That's a face only
Good
Maul.
Maul should have this stuff, yeah.
Oh my
No
goodness.
wonder Sabine left it behind.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah,
Make like Sabine Wren. That's a loaded statement. And then adopt your own Loth-Cat.
yeah. So
early.
this is the news that dropped. We don't have to dwell on it too long because
Merly.
we got a game to get to that I think will be more entertaining. But
A little bit better with his mouth closed. a
It's
little bit.
almost like a Labubu. I feel like they're channeling, they're like leaning into that a little
Oh,
bit,
okay,
like
'cause that's-
competition for the Labubus.
Oh.
But I don't know if you read it, but when it's in this position, if you pet it, it purrs. But if it's
Oh.
standing up and you pet it, it growls. So I think the last face might have been the growling face, and I guess
Oh.
this is the
Oh wow.
I guess
That's
this
kind
is
of
the purring face.
angry face.
I don't know.
oh my goodness. Yeah, those chicken feet are weird to me, like you said, fact checker. The chicken feet are odd.
Yeah, the super skinny hairless legs.
It's
Yeah.
got to be expensive, though. I mean, whatever the price tag
Yeah.
is, it's got to be pretty high.
Near $1 billion.
Yeah.
Near $1 billion. But oh, look, it does stand up. Does it walk?
Yeah, no, it stands up. It I think it purrs and it growls, and it may make another noise. I don't know. But if I had to guess how much it's going to cost,
Yeah.
I would probably say $250. It's going to be
Uh-huh.
over $100 for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah.
It's got to be a worthy price. I mean, look at the box it comes in. No, I'm kidding. I don't know if that's the.
How much was the like more advanced baby Grogu set? Because I feel like it's going to be kind of similar to that in some ways. Do we know how much that was? I would say that was probably
The baby
close.
Grogu. Oh yeah.
The like the collectible, nicer baby Grogu that they put out. I mean, they put out so much baby Grogu stuff. I guess it's hard to say, but Matt, are you gonna get this?
Well, I think this goes to say because it is in
Oh.
terms of the archive series with the electronic Dejark board game. the C-3PO electronic head,
Mhm,
and
yep.
a mouse droid, remote control droid. So I think Matt has something to
I
say
think the
about that.
mouse droid. I think. Well, here's the C-3PO.
Look at that.
Yes.
Look at that. Right
That
on.
that's awesome.
Um, and I think the mouse droid was 200.
That's so
I think the mouse droid is really really big. I think the mouse droid was 199.
Okay.
This head was I think 129 maybe.
Okay.
So that's why I say the Loth-Cat. Maybe it'll be in the middle. Maybe it'll only be 179. But it looked like November the 17th is when it comes up for
sale.
order. And it is going to
Okay.
be. You can't get these 3POs on the Disney store,
Oh,
Disney
wow.
store online. But it said here the Loth-Cat would be available. So my guess, if I still think over 200, but if not, then maybe 179. 199 was the mouse droid again, and the mouse droid, moves around with remote control and makes all the noises, and it's much bigger than I think a real mouse droid would be.
Oh, wow.
They didn't sell too well. They were still in stock when I was there.
Okay.
So
You want
I
screen
guess we'll see.
accurate. I like more screen accurate, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean the mouse droid is. I mean it's a big. I mean it's a big honking
Okay.
thing. I'm like, there's no way a mouse droid is that big, right? I mean, so definitely wasn't screen. But I guess if they were afraid if they made it so small, it would be a lot more fragile,
Yeah.
and maybe it wouldn't play well. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be something that would hold up to rough play. I guess I don't know who's
Right.
buying a mouse. Didn't seem like too many people were buying a mouse droid, so it may be a moot point.
Yeah. Of the three, though, I think you've got the best one.
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was so heartbroken because I was there in February for my birthday and they just didn't have them. And so I said, well, it just wasn't meant to be. I wasn't going to pay aftermarket. And then, like I said, when I was just there a couple of weeks ago, they had quite a few, and I'm sure they must have stocked up in anticipation of Christmas.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I imagine they will. I might have just been there at exactly the right time when they just put them all out.
It was meant to be.
So
Put
this
them
time came
all
over.
out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Put them all out. That's right.
Oh, man.
So
Well,
cool.
let us know in the chat, everybody. Are you going to get a Loth-Cat? Are you going to adopt a Loth-Cat? Honestly, I like that box better than I like the Loth-Cat. That's kind of a weird thing to say, but it's pretty cool.
And that they did make it as a kennel box or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is the box that comes with it. So
I wonder if it's potty trained. Skylark says it purrs and it growls and it haunts your dreams.
Yes, exactly. Seriously. Can you imagine waking up to that? Like, I don't know.
No.
Some people
No,
might
no.
want to, but
If you scroll down, Dan, back to that, yeah, I mean, no shame if you guys do like it. Sorry, just for me personally.
Why are you making fun of me? I'm going to get 6 of them.
Shoot,
kidding.
sorry.
it's gonna have a family.
Yeah.
Family.
He's already
I already
named
got
them all.
names. I got names.
Go down, Dan. Go down to the yeah. See
Sleepy
that
Loth-Cat.
That looks cute.
that's actually way better.
That's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
Oh.
That's the Loth-Cat, the more
The
digital
CG one.
CG version from
Mm.
the show. And I think that actually looked like if they made it closer to that, I think it would have been a lot better. But the version that they got is kind of terrifying to me in some ways.
Well,
But if you like it, yeah.
maybe it just doesn't photograph well. I don't either. So, I mean, I love Rebels, so maybe I should buy one for every member of the crew and have my own little
Aw,
family.
Wow.
that'd be
there's
really
probably other
sweet.
Would it
things
be
in
a
this-
Loth-Cat? A Loth-Cat pack? Or is
Yeah.
there a pack of Loth-Cats?
Just
I
hear
don't
them
know.
constantly
Or
in
a
the
litter.
background.
Skylar
litter?
says a litter of Loth-Cats.
A
Yeah.
litter of
A
Loth-Cats
litter,
and
a
lo-fi?
It's better than like a murder of ravens or whatever.
Is that
it
what
is.
they call
No,
it?
it's a murder of crows. That's what it's called. It's crazy.
Crows.
I don't think you can
Yeah,
say
murder
that
of
word.
Well, I
Crows.
just did. Sorry. Whoops. Now we're on.
I said
Crows.
crows.
I said crows. But I think I'd rather have the wolves, the Loth wolves. Those things look
Oh, yeah.
beastly. Those
For
things
sure.
are so cool.
Yeah.
But I guess that'd be pretty tough because they're like taller than us.
That's true.
I want a life-size
Oh, boy.
Loth Wolf in my house.
Yeah, right.
I want to ride it around like
Ride
a
it
stinking
around.
horse. That'd be so cool, actually.
Yep.
But yeah, let us know if you guys are gonna get one. What you think of it? Is it gonna haunt your dreams tonight, or you think it's cuddly and fun? And do you think that Maul should own it? Actually, the other version up top, maybe it would be.
Yeah,
it might
totally.
terrify his enemies if you saw that
Look,
thing.
sick 'em.
It just looks off.
It's a guard cat, guard kitty.
Yeah.
I looked at the Disney website and I didn't see it for sale, so I didn't see any coming soon or anything yet. So we're still a week or two away.
No, they'll
so
put it up. They'll put it up. Their site is so bad. They'll put it up last minute.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Last minute.
It's crazy.
Well, Matt, you would know. Speaking of things,
It's awful. It's awful.
Speaking of things Matt would know, we're gonna go into game time.
Ooh, I don't have the game time stinger.
That's fine. That's fine.
Got this one. Just kidding.
It's basically the same thing, right?
It's basically the same thing.
Does anybody have any food questions? We do usually like to touch on one food topic per stream, but
I imagine
maybe it'll come up naturally.
Yeah.
We usually try to let it come up naturally. But how was the food at Disney?
Did you get the blue or green milk?
It's expensive. I did go to Oga's Cantina because I liked the chaos, and they had a new drink there that I had not tried. So we did go to Oga's Cantina, and it was packed, and DJ Rex was spinning the tunes. And so we did tried the new drink. So I didn't eat anything. I didn't eat anything else when I was in Galaxy's Edge. We went specifically for Oga's. And then I ended up buying C-3PO and Tatooine Traders which is outside of Star Tours.
Man, that's so cool. We need to make a video one time just going there with Matt. I think that would be so much fun.
Yeah, we'd have a great time.
Oh, that would be awesome. Oh man,
Dustin would be like, "Oh, look!"
I'd be freaking out about everything. Matt would be like, "Calm down, okay?"
Thank you, Disney, for everything you've ever done.
No, okay, whoa, I wouldn't say that necessarily. I would have fun with it. I'm just saying the Loth-Cats.
It's hard to
be
not
terrifying.
have fun. Yeah,
but anyway, let's get into this game time. It's called the Grand Moff game. Since we have Grand Moff RISSMAN here tonight, I thought it was apropos again. I like that word. It's fun. To have a trivia game to see how much, Matt knows about Moffs, some Moff trivia, and also the rest of the Stay on Target crew. I have the questions. I am in charge. Yes. And we're going to jump right into things. So I have 9 questions because that just felt Sith, and I didn't get a 10th. But
you know, 9 movies in the trilogy. It's all good.
Boom.
Yeah, well,
Done.
no, there was only 6. There's only 6.
Oh, that's right.
Well,
That's right.
No, 8. There's 8. Well, we know what I mean.
Let the record state.
Let the record show. Matt has spoken. Grand Moff. All right,
It's his
so
game. He can say what he wants.
all right, so we're just gonna just kind of keep track of your own score here. I was gonna make it like you guys against me, but I don't want to overcomplicate it. Let's just see how everybody does. Keep track of your own score and have fun with this. And we're going to be learning stuff about Moff, so I think it's going to be fun. So chat, definitely comment along, answer these questions, see how you guys do. All right, first question. Who is the Grand Moff in charge of the Death Star during Episode 4, A New Hope?
Can I just say it?
This one's Tarkin, right?
It's gotta be.
Well,
Yes, you are correct.
yeah, this one's Tarkin.
Yes, I wanted to start easy.
I was like,
I want to give you guys
Give
an
us
easy
false
one.
hope.
got one.
He's my
Got
favorite.
All right, so everybody knew that one?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I was going to say Tarkin.
Okay, good.
Whew.
I wanted to start off easy for you
And
guys.
the
Chat's
chat.
getting a 2 for sure.
All right.
We're
Mine-
talking
Nicrat.
about desserts.
You're talking about desserts. Did
Ooh,
we ask
cherry
him about
top
desserts?
cheesecake?
No, they asked each other.
I don't know, but I
Which
saw
is fun.
cherry top cheesecake. I'm ready.
Ooh, that sounds
Oh,
good.
I got pumpkin pie upstairs. You guys want some of that?
Yeah.
It's not even
Thanksgiving pie fan.
It's not even Thanksgiving. It just turns November. You're not a pumpkin pie fan? Oh, Pumpkins are like the
Not really.
food that saved the colonies, man.
I thought it was
Well,
corn.
I wouldn't have made. I
it was
wouldn't have made it.
pumpkins.
I wouldn't. I never made it an Oregon Trail either. For that, I certainly
Did
wouldn't have
anyone-
made it a pumpkin
Did
pie.
anyone ever make it in that
No,
game?
that
I don't
game
know
was
if
a
I've ever
setup.
met anyone.
My
who
whole
made
life,
it.
I've been afraid of dysentery.
Yeah, exactly. Watch out for the water every time.
Every time. Oh my goodness.
Scurvy.
All right. Well, you guys all got the first question right. Great job. All right, now we're gonna move on to the next one. The next one is true or false.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, good.
A Grand Moff was a military and political title in the hierarchy of the Galactic Empire. Is that true or false?
Wait, say it again.
Think about it, and then you can say your answers together. All right, I'll count down. All right, so true or false?
3, 2, 1.
A Grand Moff was a military and political title in the hierarchy of the Galactic Empire. All right, so
True.
everybody. Oh, okay. I'll count it down so everybody can say it at the same time, because otherwise they're just going to be piggybacking off your answers the whole time.
Well, I
There's
might
a
not
lag.
be. I might not be right. I might not be right.
They might be
This
throwing
one
us.
I'm right
Yeah.
about, but I might not be right.
All right.
Be Darth Matt.
All right, you guys agree?
I'm going to say twoo.
Yeah, I was gonna say true.
All right, everybody saying true on the chat. It
Ooh,
looks
the
like
chat's mostly true.
I
but
don't know. The
maybe
way he worded it,
false.
though. Remember, when somebody
It's a
starts
trap.
wording stuff, it becomes a trap.
Yeah, Tmerkin's
Well,
probably
they
got
called
it.
him. They called him Governor Tarkin, right? So that's part of the reason why, or at least
Like
Leia called him
military
Governor.
hierarchy. Is it a military hierarchy or is it a citizenry hierarchy?
I really think it's both, so I'm
Yeah.
sticking with true.
That's
Nice.
what I was thinking. You got to go with your gut.
Yeah.
My gut says pumpkin pie.
I thought you were gonna go there. That's hilarious. That's perfect.
False. False.
No.
No.
All right, we're going back to England.
That's right.
All right. Yep, it is true. Yep, Matt was right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. And all the Grand Moffs are British, so
Yeah, that's great.
it's very interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was actually interesting. The fact that it's a military and political title, and there's a lot more to Grand Moffs in the titles, and even just Moffs. But I was trying to focus more on Grand Moffs, although we do have a little bit here. So
So Moff, you've got military power, you've got political power. It's all entangled here.
yeah,
That's right.
That's
all right.
good.
Good job, everybody. You guys are killing it.
I'm just a pilot.
Pumpkin pie pilot.
I'm a pumpkin pilot.
A pumpkin pilot. He's a pumpkin pilot.
Oh my goodness! I just fly around a big giant orange pumpkin. Just like-
That's great. That's great. Oh man. All right. Next question. Which Moff wielded the dark saber?
Ooh.
Oh, I know.
All right. I'll count
Wait,
down.
what's his
I'll
name?
count
Hold
down.
on,
Calm
give
down.
me a
What's his name?
second.
Everybody think about
I
it.
can picture his face.
Well, of course we know his face. He's everywhere.
Can we
course we know
Google?
his
Can we
face.
Google?
No, you
the-
can't
just-
Google.
No,
Google
just
is
not
fine.
the question. Oh, okay.
I don't even remember my middle name on a good day. I don't. How am I supposed to?
The
It's like-
chat,
It's
I looked-
pumpkin,
Oh, wait,
Dan.
wait.
I looked at
minute,
the
it-
chat. Can I use them?
What'd you
No,
say?
no, it's got to be. It's got to be Gideon, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Matt said it.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
is that obvious?
It is. It is obvious,
Yeah.
but I just can't remember his
Okay.
name.
Yep. Moff Gideon, and to my knowledge, he is the only one that ever wielded the dark saber. I was trying to look up facts, and I was like, has anyone even had it in their possession? I don't think.
Well, Maul did.
Yeah, but he wasn't a Moff. But that's why I was specifically a Moff.
Started with an M.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And we were talking about Maul a lot.
Malf.
Malf. he just claims that title. That's what's going to happen. He's
It's
actually
all
going to
good.
join the Empire and become a Moff.
Military.
He's like,
Political.
if I can't be your apprentice, can I be a Moff? A Maul?
His alter ego.
Malf.
Malf. Maul.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh dear.
Wow, so you guys got it.
Well,
All right.
Matt got it. I'll give it to Matt.
Matt got it.
Oh, yeah.
Matt, you're
course.
killing it,
I think I
man.
was freaking out. I wouldn't have guessed it.
Matt
yeah.
is
We were
3 for-
overthinking it. We were
Yeah.
overthinking it.
I just
We were
couldn't. I see his face. I just couldn't see his name. I panicked.
Well, it's the
Giancarlo
mustache.
Esposito.
The mustache is confusing.
Yeah, the
can be
mustache.
confusing.
All I
Yeah.
saw was pumpkin pie.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Go
we better,
ahead.
We better
All
get
right.
him some
Oh,
soon.
Yeah, we better get him some soon. He's going to turn into a pumpkin.
I know.
All right, number 4. This one's going to be tough. How many
Oh no.
how many canon Grand Moffs were there in the Galactic Empire?
Ooh.
Oh boy, I
Yeah,
have
this-
no idea.
I have this is a multiple choice, okay? Because I knew this one was
Okay.
going
How
to be
many
difficult.
canon Grand Moffs were there in the Empire?
Yeah, and
Whoa.
this might even be up for debate, but this is what
Ooh,
I
trick
found.
answer.
So
This is going to be like the when we were trying to guess the price of the objects in the
no, I have multiple choice. I have three
Yes, Dan.
I have three options. I was trying to keep it
Okay.
easy enough for you guys.
Okay.
All right, so was it 4, 7, or 11?
Oh
Four.
boy.
I was thinking you were going to
Four.
say like 1, 10,000 or like 75.
I had to make it
Is it
semi
Closest to the actual retail price without going over?
No, Dan.
No.
It's like
No.
wrong or
One
right.
of these answers is correct.
I
One
think
of
it's
these
less
is
than 12. How about less than 12?
not. No, that doesn't count. Oh,
tried.
man.
That's option
I
4.
Right.
I think I have an
Uh,
answer.
I already said
Okay, you
mine.
go, Dan, because it's just gonna be a guess for me.
Siete. Wasn't that one of the
Yeah,
answers?
I was gonna guess 7 also.
It
All right.
sounds good.
You guys going
Mhm.
safe in the middle.
But it could be 11. If Dustin was trying to get there, he's like, I looked for as many as I could. And he ran out at 11.
I'm surprised that an option wasn't 6, 7. 6,
Oh
7.
dear, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for it.
Matt, open the door.
The chat just blew up.
Yep,
They just
yep,
blew
they're
up.
there
All
now.
right, we're viral now, everybody. Thanks for joining. 6, 7.
All the middle schoolers
All
in the
the
world
middle
just
school-
jumped to the Oh no.
That's hilarious. Oh, what did you say, fact
4,
checker?
4.
4? You're wrong. It's 7.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, 7.
That's right.
Yeah,
man.
so then this was based just so that I'm clear here, I was looking on Wikipedia for this information, and this is the canon side, and they technically list
Name them all.
7. Yeah, so there's Grand Moff Wilhuff Tarkin, Grand Moff Lozen Tolruk, who is in charge of Kashyyyk, Grand Moff Valko Pandion, self-proclaimed, and technically, so there's a little bit of a gray area here, but technically it was self-proclaimed Grand Moff after
So see, we're down
The
to
the
6.
Emperor,
We're closer
the
to
Emperor
4.
dies, but that's still technically during the Galactic Imperial reign. The Grand Moff Rand, just as exterior, Grand Moff Ubric Adelhard, a Noet sector, Grand Moff Piorist, Koruska sector, probably butchering that.
Coruscant.
Yeah,
like
I think so.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Grand Moff Ravik, Tolanda over sector. So that's.
I knew they had
those are-
something to do with sectors, but I had no idea how many
Yeah.
sectors there. How many sectors?
Right.
There's quite a few sectors, and there's even some interesting stuff about that here later on.
So was the Death Star a sector since that's what Tarkin was doing?
no?
Probably.
I think he was the outer rim, though, wasn't he? And
Yes.
the Death
Oh,
Star
okay.
was in the outer rim, so
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, you are correct. He was the Outer Rim Territories Grand Moff.
That's a pretty big area.
It is. Yeah.
it's the area nobody else wanted.
Yeah.
Yep. So that leads us to the next question, which is I'm glad you guys are going here. So you guys are fact checker. Sorry, you got one wrong. Everybody else is
Yeah, a
You're
couple
right.
people in the
100.
chat. KG was guessing 12 because she thought 12 popped in her head. Maybe
before the multiple choice.
could have been 11. Yeah, so she
Right.
went with 11. Hunter said boo, but I think that was because thank the force.
That was my
Unlimited
6,
headphones.
7. That was
So
my
my
6,
headphones.
7,
So my
yeah.
Padawan didn't
Yeah.
hear that. Yeah, KG. Oscar guessed 7, and so did
KG, did you
And
tell your
by the
Padawan?
way, I had to have an 8-year-old child explain to me what that was because I have no
I know,
idea
right?
what it was.
I don't think they. Maybe they're.
They couldn't really explain it either.
Yeah.
No.
So I'm like, okay, it's not just me.
It's really unexplainable in a lot of ways. It's more just like a inside joke that is the inside joke. Like
It's just like all the memes, and they just cycle through. Next
Yeah.
week it'll be something else.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You hear these kids talk about it. It's like phases of their life will be memorialized by these. So funny. Oh,
Well, just
remember-
like ours too.
But yeah, I mean, it's all throughout history. Everybody's
No.
got slang throughout.
it's just in different
It
ways.
just theirs is
History.
digital,
Oh,
digitally
Ours
shared.
was better.
Sure.
Ours was better. That's what everyone
Yeah.
says.
Like,
Ours
we
was
actually,
better.
It's
like-
always better when it's ours, right?
Yeah.
That's for sure.
All right. Well, speaking of better, number 5, which 2 ranks are above Grand Moff?
Whoa.
Whoa, 2 ranks?
This is a bit of a trick question in some ways, but not really. So
I think I know why.
Oh, okay. I know, maybe. Oh, I do know.
Really?
I'm not looking at the chat. This is all.
Is this multiple
in my
choice?
brain.
Well, I think I know. I think
No.
I know one obvious
too.
All right,
one.
why don't you give us the one,
That's-
Matt? Give us the one.
I would say Emperor. Is,
That's what I was gonna
is
say,
pretty
yeah.
yes,
Yep.
obvious.
that's one. Now, what's the other one?
It's
That's
got to
above
be.
Grand Moff.
Darth. A Darth.
Yeah, I was gonna say Darth.
person.
A Darth something.
But
That's
so
not military.
Remember, Vader healed to Tarkin. Now there's some discussion on was that because
Mhm.
Palpatine told him to? Was that because
Hmm.
Tarkin was technically over him? So
Senator? That's political.
Yeah, but I mean, in the end, Vader still ruled the ship, or I don't know. He had a lot of control.
I mean, Vader's the safe answer. I mean,
Yeah.
otherwise, I mean,
Yeah.
I was
All
going to go
right.
Grand Vizier or somebody.
Oh
but
yeah,
again, that's
there's
all
probably
Wow.
something like that.
All right, so
that was Masamita, right? I mean, so
Yes.
lock in your answer. Which one are you guys going with?
I guess just from my limited knowledge, I'll have to say Vader or Darth and Palpatine's Emperor. But
Mhm.
that's the safer answer, I think.
All right, so the only other one above Grand Moff was Grand Admiral.
I mean,
shoot.
And see, I thought on the rank plaque they're equal. I didn't
So-
think
Yeah.
Grand Admiral was over Grand Moff.
Well, so there's a little bit. So the tricky thing with this, and that's why I said it's kind of a trick question in some ways. But so
Mhm.
because Grand Moffs are political and military, they are technically need somebody above them military style. So Grand Admiral oversees over top of that, but Grand Admirals are strictly military, not a governing body. They don't oversee things in that instance. So that's why it's a little tricky, and that's why people can push back on that in some ways. But I mean, really, the thing about it is just whenever the Emperor dies, Grand Admiral Thrawn takes over, at least in Legends, and then kind of just corrals all the Moffs, and they secede
From a
to-
military
from a
perspective.
And
military.
there were other Grand Admirals that took over at various times also, right? I mean, I guess
Yes.
because Tarkin and Thrawn had such an antagonistic relationship every time we've ever seen them interacting, I never took it to be subordinate, right? But I guess that's why Tarkin was always running back to the Emperor, trying to undermine everything Thrawn was doing, because technically he couldn't do it any other way. So it makes sense.
Yeah, and that's why there's a little bit of the gray area between them, because the Moffs were technically kind of governors of a certain sector, whereas the Admiral was the military leader of basically all of the military in the Empire. So that's why it's a little bit of a gray area, but what they say is Grand Admiral's technically the only one that could be above the Grand Moff, and then you got the Emperor. So they did not list Vader, although typically Vader was carrying out the orders of the Emperor. And if you kind of view it from that stance, you could say that Vader's above it. So
They're the
but I
So
same
we're all
person.
right. So we're
Yeah.
all right.
So you're all right.
Yes.
And
You're
the
all right.
and
I'll give it to
Palpatine's
you.
not considered military or whatever.
Emperor. Well, he oversees all military.
He's
and
just
governing.
over every. He's
Yeah.
just
Just
over
over
everything.
everything.
Yeah, he's over it all. So
Okay.
But all right, that was a tough one. That was a
Yeah.
tricky one, and there's some gray area there. So I'll give the point to all of you guys. You guys are doing great, and we're learning. We're learning as we're going. That's what's fun about this with the Mothman himself.
That's right.
Oh man! All right, so next up, number 6. Which Moth committed the Gorman massacre?
Well, it wasn't really the Gorman massacre; it was the Tarkin massacre, right? So I
Yeah.
mean, now in the new canon, it's called the Tarkin massacre.
Yes, you are
Nice.
correct. I left
His-
it Gorman because I didn't want to.
He's
say
trying to
Tarkin.
do a
Otherwise, it
trick
would have been a
question.
giveaway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was trying to do a little bit of a trick question there, but Matt, you Moff, you saw right through it. My political
Well, just because there was
schemes.
a lot of discussion of how they were going to do all that, so
Yes, there
Yeah.
was.
For sure. Yeah.
And they did it brilliantly.
Yeah. So you were right. Matt's got it. Again, you're batting 1,000 here, Matt. Doing great. All right.
He's 6 for 6, I think.
I knew it. I knew the Moff would have it.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna now the wheels are gonna come off the bus.
He's earning his stripes.
Yes. He's earning his badge, his Grand Moff
Yeah.
badge.
Grand Moff badge.
Soon he'll become Grand Admiral and then Emperor over all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, it's not saying much these days, does
You do a lot better job, I'm just saying.
it?
Oh, man. All right. So, number 7, another true or false. A Grand Moff has the authority to issue the status of most wanted bounty. True or false? I'll repeat myself one more time. True or false?
Thanks.
A Grand Moff has the authority to issue the status of most wanted bounty.
I mean, if I had to guess, I would say it sounds plausible, so I would probably go with true.
I'd say yes.
I'll say false just to be different.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
All right, so the answer is daily double. No, it's going to be true.
Okay.
The Grand Moff does have that authority to issue the status of most wanted bounty. I thought that was actually a
Nice.
really interesting fact. I was going to try and throw you guys
Well,
off.
Vader was
because-
practically a Moff then. He could do everything. But I guess he was Emperor's hand. Kind of.
Yeah.
Well, because because that's what I was thinking too. It's like, well, the only one we ever saw fooling around with bounties was Vader, right? When they were all there trying to, he had them all gathered, and they're like, all the other captains
Yeah.
are like, we don't need this slime balls,
Yeah.
or whatever. And it was
Yeah.
Vader trying to get them to.
Well, did Gideon put
But
a...
maybe it was because Tarkin issued it, and Vader was just enforcing it.
yeah, that's
could have
true.
been. Yeah, for sure.
Did Gideon put out a thing for Mando at any point or anything like that? I don't think he put out a bounty.
He wasn't a Grand Moff.
He wasn't
just
a Grand Moff.
just
He
a
was just a
regular old
Moff.
Moff.
Oh, yeah.
So,
the
technically,
What about Supreme Leaders? Where are they in the hierarchy?
well, that's the
They're made up, Dan. They don't
Yeah.
really
They
exist.
don't-
Oh, it's fantasy.
They
that's
don't really
technically
exist.
the First Order,
It
not
never-
the Galactic Empire.
that's true. It
So
never
it's
really
a
happened.
different hierarchy structure, I guess, and I don't care to know that one.
It was just a dream.
It was just yeah, I hope so. That's what the hunt for Ben Solo was gonna be. Him waking up from a bad dream, and it was where he thought Luke was gonna
Oof.
stab him, but he wakes up and Luke's just like
He's like, I had a vision.
sitting over there like, oh, you troubled.
and then Snoke's there with a new set of legs, because
Yeah,
that's what happens. You get cut in half. It's got the spider
Maul
legs.
2.0.
Nobody's ever really gone.
He's got spider
Oh my
legs.
Goodness.
They're made of gold.
Wow.
Oh,
my
man.
With the
goodness,
slippers. those
Yeah, the
slippers on.
slippers on the spider.
Why?
I would love that. Now I want to see that. Some artist, please make that. That'd be
Please.
so funny. Snoke's in a jar, people. Snoke's in a jar. All right. Number 8. We're getting close to the end here. Who was the first Grand Moff?
The first Grand Moff?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is it multiple choice out of the
No.
7 you listed earlier?
Yeah, I was like, we have to go back to the 7.
Yeah.
I
names
can
you
list them.
couldn't
I'll
even
list them off
pronounce.
again.
That would be
I'll list
good.
them
Who was
off
the dude
again.
from
No.
Tarkanis, or what was it?
Tarkin?
Chorus? Koraska?
Plurist.
Darth or Grand Moff? Plurist. That's who I'm going to say.
I would just guess Tarkin again, just because he's been around the longest. So I'm going to guess.
I'm
My
going to
guess
say
would just be Tarkin.
What are you guys saying?
E pluribus unum.
All
The
right.
plurist guy.
Yes, you are correct, Matt. It was Grand Moff Tarkin.
Good try, Dan.
Wow.
Good try.
He petitioned the Emperor for the role, or for the position. He petitioned the Emperor himself to become the first ever Grand Moff. Yeah.
It sounds like, he's been around since the Republic and all that. Sounds like something Tarkin would do.
Oh yeah. He was always
created
working an
a-
angle.
Where would Grand Inquisitor be in the ranks, says Starman 170 as a side tangent?
Oh man, Grand Inquisitor is technically under. That's a different sect because it's not a political. That is more military style, and almost you could classify that almost as ISB, but it's going to be like Sith ISB in a way. So it falls under Vader when it comes into that, which doesn't. I don't know.
it's like secret police kind of.
Yeah, it's like secret police. It's like SS in some ways. Except for in the ranking of things, I don't know. It's that's challenging. I think they would have some higher things. I don't think they could boss around any sort of Moff or Grand Moff.
They could boss around any Imperial guards.
Right.
That's
Oscar
about it.
said
Because I think didn't we see Tarkin bossing the Inquisitor around in Rebels at least once?
Yes.
I thought we did.
I think so he was yelling at him.
Yeah, he would. I think. Yeah, Tarkin would definitely have power to do that. For sure. Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting take. But yeah, it's more of like undercover stuff. Going behind the scenes. They're just more focused on one thing, not like a bigger situation.
Well, the Grand Inquisitor was the top Inquisitor at that.
Right.
That's what he was asking.
Yeah. So he
only if he had the special pin, Dan. You have to have the special.
You gotta have
pin.
the special pin. I lost my special pin.
You just pass it around to the next person.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's.
Gosh dang it! Why was that
Then
show
when you're in
so
the
bad?
gun, you get the pin back. You get it back.
That was such a bad show.
What?
It drives me crazy how bad they did.
So that's not the Grand Inquisitor.
That was so funny.
Need the pin. You just need the pin.
You just need the pin. All right. Well, get me a pin, please.
Matt, did you ever see that? One of the funniest things that ever happened on this show was whenever we watched the trailer for the Obi-Wan show. Dan did not realize that was supposed to be the Grand Inquisitor.
Bless him, because I could totally see why. Grand Egghead. I mean, the head was ginormous.
What?
Yeah, it made no sense.
What?
We've seen live action. What were they? What's their species? Oh, I forget now. Utapauans, right?
Yeah.
We've seen
they're
live action Utapauans.
kind of tall and kind of.
And then they just decide
lean.
not to.
And then they're just like, we got a different actor. He's
It was
ripped.
too much Mantel mix. That's what happened.
That's
Let
what
yourself
happens.
Go.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I kept saying, I'm like, this dude, something happened to him.
Goes right to the cheek.
Fat Utapauan.
Something
What
else.
were they eating in that Fortress Inquisitoris? I mean, I have no idea.
The chef was top notch.
No, they're going to come out with a show that's called The Grand Inquisitor Introspective, and it goes into his feelings and how he feels judged
and how
for
that
his
pin
head shape, and so he gets surgery to make him look more normal.
The pin talks to him.
And
The pin talks.
if only that was the worst part of that show, we would be
Right.
singing the praises of that character
That's
design
true.
right now.
We could look over it.
If only.
Yes.
That was the worst.
That was just one of many things in that show that made me want to throw up.
One of our longest live streams ever was reviewing the season
Yeah.
finale.
No kidding. Yeah, we went for
The
like
series
2.5 hours
finale.
just because we were ranting for so
What
long. It
just
was bad.
happened? But
Oh man, but let's not go 2.5 tonight. But so let's finish this here. We got one last question.
For
All
the
right, let's
marbles.
do it.
This is for all the marbles, people. All
scared.
the
No.
marbles.
I
It's
am
another
scared.
true or false question.
Great.
Grand Moffs were governors of oversectors, which were grouped star systems and sectors that demonstrated signs of stability and peace.
That's a lot of words.
I'll say it one more time. True or false? Grand Moffs were governors of oversectors, which were grouped star systems and sectors that demonstrated signs of stability and peace.
I mean, the stability and the peace part is throwing me off, so I'm going to go false on this one.
I think I'm going to say true because of all the things that I've learned about them tonight. They're actually pretty good people. I mean, think of their responsibilities. They're just trying to oversee peace. It all makes sense now. Gideon was misunderstood.
The Outer Rim was not peaceful. I don't know. I'm going to go with false.
They were just trying to bring it under peace. I mean, e
Maybe
pluribus
it's a poorly
unum.
worded, if it's a poorly worded question, then it's just Dan's fault anyway. So
Yeah,
I'm going to go
There
false.
you go.
That's not the Grand Inquisitor.
That's not. All right. What do you guys? So Dan's
False.
going true. Are you going? Who's going false?
I'm going
Look,
false.
Look,
Dan's
you
true.
can put your money on this jacket. Okay.
I like how
I
you
know.
got
I feel
bus-
very underdressed. I feel
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes
By
it
the
comes
way.
out. I
Business
can't even
Dan.
explain it.
Hunter, Skylark said sassy Dapper Dan.
Sassy
Sassy
Dapper
Dapper Dan.
Hunter said Dan would accidentally vote for the Emperor's emergency powers.
I was like, I think it does make sense. You're absolutely right, Hunter. On the right day, I probably would.
Probably
guys,
even on the wrong day.
you're misunderstood.
No matter which day it is.
That's true. I'm like, I don't know.
I think Dapper Dan showed up because he knew the Moff was going to be here and he was hoping he'd get a promotion.
I mean, he's
man.
is he Grand Moff? Have we has he been?
Yes, he's Grand Moff.
Well, there's only 7,
Matt
so now we'd
Brisman.
have to say there's 8.
There you go.
Yeah.
7, 8.
Oh my.
Oh, no. You missed it. Oh no!
Oh, wasn't that one?
Oh, no.
You just started a new one. Oh no!
I think he's in pumpkin pie withdrawal at this
But
point.
Yeah.
it just
Sugar
makes
levels
sense.
are crashing.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, to answer your question, it is false.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get out
Matt,
I
of
knew
You-
there had to be one.
You honed in on that
Mhm.
stability and peace like a Grand Moff.
That's right.
And you got the Queen Sweep, baby.
Woo.
Grand
He is
Moff,
Grand Admiral Moff.
Grand Admiral Emperor Moff, Matt Rissman takes the Queen Sweep here. And that was impressive. Great job.
And
Matt.
not a moment too soon because Hunter Davis just revoked the funding for the show. So this could be the final episode.
This is
This is
it.
Stay on
We've been
target.
pulled off the air.
Yep.
Well, I thought that from their perspective, that's what they were supposed to be doing, was keeping the peace and order. Because that sounds like stuff that they say. We're trying to
Well.
keep the peace. We're trying, this will help bring peace to the galaxy as we destroy your entire planet. The Death Star was a tool of bringing order to the galaxy, was it not?
Well, I think that's
According to
why Tarkin was
Tarkin.
so into it because
Yeah.
his sectors were the worst.
That's
He was
true.
He had the biggest amount of problems.
Oh, man. And there's so many probably literal junk planets out there that did probably need to be cleaned up and just wiped off. I'm sorry. Am I voting now for the Death Star to actually take people out? I don't know, but it's coming down to it. But congrats, Moff,
Yeah,
on your victory.
It was actually, so the correct verbiage there at the end was that demonstrated signs of unrest. So
Unrest. Okay, there you go.
yeah,
Because that's
Grand
why
Moff-
they needed management, right? If they were all
Mhm.
sitting pretty, why would you? Maybe that's why there was only 7 because they had 7 problem areas. I guess.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there's even more lore to them, which is pretty cool.
That's
and
crazy.
the powers they have. But that was just kind of a small glimpse of some Moffs and Grand Moffs, and
Fascinating.
it was fun to have Matt on tonight talking all things Star Wars.
Wow,
getting
Starman did it too. Perfect.
Starman.
nice,
Man,
yeah, in the
9.
chat. Great job, guys. If you guys got
Chat was right there
clean
with
sweep.
you guys. Yeah, they did a great job.
is it clean sweep or queen sweep?
Clean.
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 Lean.
But you can
If
say
you've got
queen.
queen sweeping is a whole different. It's a whole different.
Okay.
Is
We
it a
don't want to
thing?
get into it, but that's a whole.
Oh,
different.
whoops.
no,
that's a whole
Dustin.
different
I've heard it
thing.
both ways. I'm sorry.
Really?
I've heard it both
What?
ways, so I didn't know.
Well,
it
do you
was
know
right.
what that's called, Dustin?
No.
When you say something
Oh, no.
incorrectly, but it's called an. Did you know there's a term for that?
Oh, like a no. What?
No, it's called an egg corn.
Whoa.
You guys are gonna learn something today
I think we already learned a lot, but
because
finish.
the term itself is like when people used to. Some people called it an acorn when they were younger. They called it an egg corn.
Oh, egg corn.
So it's
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you say a word or phrase, but because that's how you've heard it, or that's just you creatively actually came up with it in your head based on
Ah.
what you thought someone else was saying.
Right.
So a queen sweep is exactly what an egg corn is. You thought it sounds like clean sweep. You've maybe
Yeah,
even
yeah.
heard it said that way.
I've heard it said that way.
Because-
That's why I was confused.
Yep. And there's other fancy words that describe other versions of that. But I just learned that the other day that's the terminology called, and it
Very
didn't
interesting.
actually join the dictionary until like 2004.
Wow.
Wow.
But I've been hearing them all day today, and that's probably the 6th one I've heard today.
Wow. It's not the 9th.
It's not the 9th
I guess
Jedi.
Queen Sweep is also a chess move.
Oh,
That makes
okay.
sense.
So
Gotcha.
That's where Dustin heard it.
I don't know. Maybe.
KG egg. There's a lot of egg corns in her vocabulary.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many. We could go
Well,
into so
but
many
until or unless you're ever in a situation where someone corrects you, there's not
Yeah.
any reason to
Yeah.
believe.
Right.
On Dan's point, there's not any reason to believe it's not the
Otherwise,
right
yeah.
way to do it. Essentially,
Exactly.
right? So,
Yep. until it gets pointed out in your face. just joking.
Well,
And
no,
imagine that it would
totally
happen
joking.
on this show. It's so unbelievable, so unbelievable that it would happen here.
well, look at this though. Look at this. All right. Like,
We're going into
What are we
the-
no. I'm just showing you like two other
Here we
examples
go.
just to prove the point. All intensive purposes.
classic.
Okay. Right. Cold slaw.
Cold
You know?
style,
Yeah,
Es-
yeah.
Espresso.
Scapegoat. Doggy dog world. Right. Okay. So this is the.
Oh, a
Interesting.
scapegoat. I was like, wait, that's right. I was like,
Yeah,
no, it's
yeah,
a scapegoat. Okay, I
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah. A
Nip
damp.
it in the butt. Yeah, I've heard that one, but it's actually nip it in the bud, right?
But
Which-
actually, if you look it up, they both are adjectives of each other. So that one's actually undetermined. Which one
Oh,
came first, the chicken or the
the
bud?
Well,
Whet
no,
your
whet your
appetite.
appetite. It's just spelled wrong, right? It
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It
Yeah.
sounds exactly the
sounds
same. So
way.
yeah.
Tamerkin says all intensive purposes drives her insane.
Mm.
Yeah.
it's true. I mean, I wore this suit because I'm actually a professor tonight. Okay,
Yeah.
you guys,
Dance in the
I waited
house.
all night for this moment, and you
They are-
set me up.
They're getting their money's worth tonight. This is
That's right.
true classic. Stay on
Yeah.
target.
We're gonna have a assignment. You guys got to pass the quiz.
Oh
No,
wow,
I'm
we
kidding.
just failed the quiz.
We
or
just
some
had
of us
we
did.
just had the quiz.
Yeah.
We just
Pop
had a
quiz.
queen sweep on the
Queen sweep and the pop quiz. The Grand Moffs.
There he is. There's the
He's
roast
back.
man.
The roast.
We got him.
Got it.
This is what their funds go towards.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
These
right.
moments
Can
like
we be
this.
funded again, Hunter? We're really trying hard here. I still can't even talk. We're trying hard here to earn it back. Please
Oh,
keep the
man.
lights on. It'd be funny if the lights shut off at that time.
I should have done
But
that.
oh man, what a show! This has been
Too
an
fun.
incredible show. Lots of fun. Talking all things Star Wars. Maul. He's always going to be around. Nobody's ever really gone. But thank you so much, Matt, for coming on the show, being willing to
Thanks
come
again.
back.
No,
again.
thanks again. Like I said, it's painless. It looks a lot more painful than it is. So appreciate the invitation.
Of course, man. You're welcome anytime. And is there anything you wanted to promote or anything like that we can promote for you? Not
No.
really. Okay.
Not a thing. Not a thing.
Okay. Gotcha. Just donate to Matt Rissman to get the next collectible item.
That's right.
Who's next?
Or Loth-Cat.
Or Loth-Cat.
I'm good. Like I said, somebody said we should go on a tour of this room. There is so much stuff in this room that's out of view. I don't need one more thing. I don't need one more thing at this moment. So
But next
Oh,
stream, we
good.
should do
Yeah,
more of a tour.
seriously.
We want to know what's all there.
Yeah,
That would be
it
awesome.
looks pretty impressive. Actually,
That would be awesome. I would love that. We'll have to set
well,
that up.
I did just finish the 2005 Death Star 2 in Lego. You can't see it. It's off here, but it's on a table there. So next time I'll spin this camera a little bit because it moves and you can see some of the other mess that's here. It's
No,
there's a
that
lot
sounds-
going on. There's a
That
lot
sounds
going
epic.
on
I
here.
also see the AT-AT one in the corner.
the
there.
gingerbread.
The gingerbread. You got it. That's awesome.
Oh wow!
Yeah, KG
It's sold.
said
It's
that.
sold out, and I literally shed a tear because it's sold out, and I'm
Wow.
like, of course, the $1,000 Death Star was even that eventually sold out. But I mean, this thing was gone locally. It was gone online, and then they restocked it, and then it was like you'll get it on January the something, and I'm like, what do I want with the gingerbread AT-AT in January? It needs to be here before Christmas. And then they did restock it, and so I happened to be on there, and one thing
That-
leads to another, and so yes, it's on the build. It's on the build list. It's next.
Well,
needs
I
to
mean-
be built for Christmas. So
Yep.
When you're a Grand Moff, you can get things that others can't.
Yeah.
well, I
He
mean,
has
you go on back
connections.
order like the rest of them, and you just hope that the Lego gods are smiling on you, and that it actually does ship. So
yes. Oh man, well it was fun, and thank you again for coming on. We always
Thanks for having me.
appreciate your
Appreciate it.
insight, and when you're in the chat too, anytime we appreciate it. So thank you so much. Always got great news, covering so much in Star Wars. So thank you. Matt is a legend, a Moff legend, a Grand Moff legend, and he will rule the galaxy one day. All right, guys, you guys got anything else before we get the gonk on out of here?
Nope. I now
oh,
know
enjoy Visions.
Yes.
Enjoy Visions. Oh boy.
Thank you.
Especially that last episode.
Yeah, we have
What
to
a
have.
tease. What a tease.
Yeah, we have to have you on just to talk
Enjoy.
about that again. That would be fantastic. So we're gonna finish those. Yeah. So if you guys haven't become a member yet, definitely join up. It's a lot of fun. We're gonna be watching some more of Vision Season 3 and the members only stream. So it's only $1.99 a month, so less than a candy bar a month, and we have a lot of fun over there. Extra content. We're always talking to you guys. It's a great time. So definitely join up. We're going to be going into that right after this. So yeah, join up, and we'll see you there. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for staying off target with us and learning us something new. But I think we should
Egg corn?
corns.
Pumpkin pie.
You may fire when
we
ready.
should sweep on out of here.
Yeah, there we go. So we should definitely sweep on it.
Sweet.
All right, guys. Thanks for being here. We'll catch you next week. Same time, same place. Don't forget to always stay on target or off target.
Yeah, Dustin, that didn't pass mustard. I've just been biting my time.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, towing the line. Yes. I could have thought of something better to say.
Oh, my. These are all the egg face things, or what is it?
Egg face.
Corn.
Egg corn? I don't know.
Yeah, egg corns. Egg corns fall from big trees.
Big
Dustin.
tree. The sky is
Break.
falling. The sky is falling.
Jaw dropping.
This show was jaw dropping.
This show was extremely jaw dropping. I'm starting to forget that we need to end this show.
Yeah.
I have old timers disease.
Oh my goodness. We got to get out of here before we get more egg on our
I
head.
think I'm now in the fetal position.
Oh, God.
In this doggy dog
In
world.
this doggy dog world for all intensive purposes.
Oh, no. Sorry,
man.
Jamaicans.
Sorry, Jamaicans. All right, see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.